Seeing less and less of these recently. I don't know why. Sold pretty well, but these people aren't getting rid of them. $15. Not too bad. It doesn't come with the cables though. So it's Seniors Day here at Salvation Army, and I should have known the minute I pulled into the parking lot. There is absolutely no parking spots, and it's about, I don't know, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And gotta say, I did find something though. Animal Crossing Wild World for $4, but I stood in line for about 20 minutes to pay for this, and I guess that's what you get on Seniors Day. I didn't think this thing sold that well. You find them everywhere. It looks like the same old. How's that? I always check these GameCube games to see if they have memory cards in them. Never know. A lot of nothing. I have to say it's been a pretty slow week. Ouch. Really not complaining about it being a slow week, but yeah, it's always nice to find something. For some reason GameCube was only $2 and everything else was like $3. So I was hoping someone would be able to explain this to me. And that's the point of collecting what people call filler games. And, you know, I'm not bragging here, but I have a rather large collection of games over many different systems, and it's over 1,000 games, closer to 1,100 than 1,000 too. So one thing I've always kind of made sure though is I don't buy filler games, and I buy stuff that I'm actually going to play at some point. And you know, people who know me, they know I have a huge backlog of games to get through. But not one of these games is actually a filler game. And I will be getting to them all eventually. But if someone, you know, can explain to me what's the point of buying a filler game? To say you have a copy of Mary-Kate and Ashley Go to Hollywood, or Barbie's Racing Adventure. Fuck, I just don't get it. And I don't see why you're wasting money on a game you'll never play. One, it takes up shelf space. And two, you're taking away money that could have gone to something, you know, that's quality instead of shit. So I guess I can understand if you're going for a complete, you know, Nintendo collection or PS2 collection or whatever. You know, you're gonna get these shitty games to complete the whole collection. But, you know, really, how many of us actually complete a collection for the Nintendo or the PS2 or any other system? I mean, it's highly unlikely. And, you know, people who do, I mean, it's impressive. I have seen Fin Gamer's N64 collection, and it's all complete in box, and it has its baggies and all that kind of stuff. And it's impressive. I do enjoy his videos, and, you know, but for me, it's not going to happen. I don't have the room to complete, and you know, even the Nintendo 64 collection. So there's many more games I'd rather spend my money on than something that's just going to sit on the shelf and, you know, take room away from something else. So if someone could explain that to me, why you would go out and actually spend money on a filler game, you know, that'd be much appreciated, because quite frankly, I don't get it. Perfect example of a filler game. Blues Big Musical. And of course someone stole it. There's a guy at the end of the aisle swapping prices. So he's peeling off price tags from one CD and putting it onto another so he can pay less. The guy just actually finished swapping prices when I started filming him. Here he comes out right now. And yeah, buddy, basically what happened is I walked down an aisle that he was standing in, and he was the only one in there. He saw me, and he immediately walked away. So, out of curiosity, I ended up following him around a little bit, and noticed he was peeling away at the labels that held the CDs together. And then he puts a huge stack back on the shelf and holds on to a couple. And, basically what he's doing is he's peeling the cheaper price tag off because there is actually a sale today on certain colors, and the CDs he wanted were not on sale. So he'd take the price off one and then put it onto another so that he can get a discount on all of them. And it's kind of a dirtball thing to do. So, I followed the guy around for probably like 5-10 minutes, just watching him do it. And when I finally started to film him, he was done. So, go figure. The last time I was down here, I noticed a new game store opening up in our area down here. And it wasn't open at the time, but apparently it's open now. So I figured to go inside and check it out, see what kind of store it is, and see if the prices are halfway decent, because it's located only about 5 minutes away from our place here in Michigan. So, if the prices are good, I may be coming back here quite often, which I know will drive my girlfriend nuts, but I guess we'll go in and take a look. Just leaving gameplay right now, and gotta say their prices are a little bit high. It's a retail store, so I guess you can kind of expect that, but I didn't pick anything up just because their prices were a lot higher than what I would normally pay for a retro game. And I gotta say their inventory right now is very minimal. I know they just opened up, so maybe give them a couple months and their inventory will increase. But as far as prices go, they're basically what you would see on eBay or Craigslist or wherever you end up buying your games from. I will say though that compared to Gamers Avenue, out of the two, I would prefer to go to Gamers Avenue, just because their inventory is a lot more and their prices are a lot more reasonable. So I don't know, I may come here again at some point because it is so close to where I live. But I'm not going to make a frequent stop every single time I come down here to gameplay. I'd rather spend my money at Gamers Avenue and Alright, so let's get straight into the finds of the week here. And as I mentioned, it was a rather slow week, and I'm trying to cut back on spending a lot of money at these thrift stores unless I find something that's halfway decent. As I mentioned, a lot of these games I find here are a lot cheaper than what you find in Canada, so it's hard to turn them down. But going straight into it, the first thing I found here was Namco Museum for the GameCube, and it's a player's choice version, and I try and stay away from these as much as possible, but the condition of the disc and the manual were just immaculate. It's hard to turn it down when it's in such great shape, and I ended up getting it for $2.99 from the Goodwill. So like I said, hard to turn down that, and maybe one day I'll come across a non-player's choice version. Next game I found here at a Salvation Army was Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, and I played actually the entire trilogy on my old computer, and the series is absolutely amazing. Actually, I can't even think of a Prince of Persia game I don't like. Even the new gen ones are great. So yeah, I decided to pick it up, add it to the collection. Next is Centipede Infestation. I don't really know too much about this game, other than it's kind of an old Centipede type game. Apparently it has nothing to do with the arcade, and it's more like a twin stick shooter. So I don't know. I kind of like these types of games, but we'll give it a try. I ended up getting it for $4.49. Next here is Battalion Wars. Sorry, Battalion Wars 2. And I picked this up again at GameStop. Again, it was $4.49. And definitely looking forward to playing this one. I was looking for this one for a while, and I always found it without, the manual or just disc only. And for some reason, it seems to be hard to find these at GameStop, complete. So when I came across it, I picked it up right away. And the last game here is Animal Crossing Wild World, and obviously from the Nintendo DS. And picked this up at a Salvation Army for $3.99 as well. I've never actually played an Animal Crossing game. I have the one on the GameCube, and I think that's the only other one I have. So at some point I'll get into this and give it a try and see how it is. So anyways, these are the finds of the week, and as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.